Hey everybody, Adam here with Hometown Acres. Welcome back. If you can see behind me, we're getting a rain day today, which is great for the pond, but not so much for getting things done. So in order to make the most of the weather today, we're gonna go ahead and work on a project here in the garage behind me. If you remember in one of our last videos, we talked about how we got some kiln dried firewood in here in the garage. And I have more room for more firewood baskets in here. The problem is I've got my pallet forks on the tractor and I don't want to be getting too close to the walls that I'm worried about ramming into the walls with either the basket or the forks poking through the back end. So we're going to work on a solution today. It's going to be a little bit easier to maneuver these around without a super powerful tractor that has the ability to just crunch these walls. So I went to my local Harbor Freight and I picked up 3 pallets for free. And then the biggest expense to this project is these Castor wheels. These are 5-inch Castor wheels. I believe the weight capacity per wheel is 375 pounds per wheel. So if you multiply that by 4 of those wheels should handle one of these baskets very easily. So the pallets that they had there for today look to be a little bit flimsy. This doesn't even look like 1/2-inch material here. This looks like more like 3/8. So I've got some scrap lumber from the sawmill I'm going to use to go ahead and sturdy these pallets up a little bit more. We'll throw some Castor wheels on it, and then we're going to go ahead and lift these baskets up, put them on our makeshift dollies that we're making here, and then we should be able to slide these all the way up against the wall and get 3 baskets on either side of the door here. So that's going to be our solution. Let's go ahead and start building. Seems like it ought to work pretty good. Let's go ahead and try this one out before we build any more. Well, now we know it'll hold it. Let's see if we can move it now. Well, I can move it, but I doubt my wife would be able to. Well, I can see now why those casters were only $8 a piece. Maybe I had to splurge for the $16 casters. They work, and for only moving them, once or twice a year, they're not terrible. But it would be nice if they swiveled a little bit easier, were a little bit more sturdy. So maybe we'll leave those ones on there, go return the other 8 that I got for the other 2 pallets, and get some heavier duty casters for these other 2 baskets. Alright, so I guess this is turning into a Castor comparison video. So I went back to Harbor Freight, returned the other 8 of these polyurethane 5-inch swivel wheels, And I was wrong in the intro of this video when I said these were 375. These are 330 pound capacity. These ones are the 375 pound capacity. And the bearings in here just look to be a little bit heavier duty. These ones are also greasable, and these are the ones that were $16.99. These ones were $7.99. And they only had 7 of these left. So 7 doesn't do me any good. I need groups of 4. So I bought 4 of the 5-inch, and then they had 6 of the 6-inch left. And so I bought 4 of those as well. So we've got a good sampling of Harbor Freight Castor wheels here. We'll see which one's the easiest to turn these big dollies with IBC totes full of firewood on top of them. Okay, so this one is the 5-inch Castor. Let's see how this one pushes around. Yeah, I can spin this around and get it to go just about whichever way I want it to, so that's good. Perfect. And this is the 6-inch Castors. Ooh. That was a close one. Looks like we need to beef up the supports a little bit underneath those front legs on this basket. I wonder if the 6-inch Castor wheels having a little bit higher center of gravity put some more torque on that support brace I had going across there, and that's what caused it to rip off when I pulled on it. So we'll go ahead and get that all fixed up right now. Alright, maybe some screws instead of nails would have been smart. Give us a little bit more bite. We'll get this put back on here and throw a couple of screws in it and see if that fixes our problem. Okay, take number 2. Let's see if we can try to not dump a whole bunch of firewood on ourselves here. Again, this is the 6-inch Castors, and I'm able to maneuver this and manipulate it exactly how I want. Well, I can't leave well enough alone. I took the baskets back off. That was really bothering me that that came off of there so easy. So I'm going to add some additional bracing on the bottom. That way we'll get a little bit more torsional support, and it'll be a lot less likely to do that. I know that that was a weak point in this dolly system. So, you know, for me it would be okay because I'd know to be extra careful, but you never know if Anderson or Lana or somebody would be out here maybe trying to move those, or Anderson's climbing on it. So I just want to make sure that this is really secured down, and that's not going to happen with somebody else moving it. So, and this other one over here, these more expensive Castor wheels are just so much better. I am going to head back to Harbor Freight and get the more expensive wheels and replace these ones because I'm just not going to be happy with those. Now this is the beautiful thing about this, is I can just push these right over into place. And this one, normally I'd have to take this outside, set it down, grab it from the other side, spin it around so that the opening is facing out. And now with these Castor wheels, it doesn't matter which way I pick it up with a fork, so I can just go ahead and drag it right over. I gotta say, I don't think I noticed much of a difference between the 5-inch and the 6-inch Castor wheels, but I will say there's a huge difference between the rubber Castor wheels and these cheap polyurethane Castor wheels. So definitely splurge the extra money for the more heavy-duty Castor wheels. All right, so we got all 3 of our Firewood dollies done. These are the 5-inch Harbor Freight casters. These are the 6-inch Harbor Freight casters. And like I said before, they were out of, well, they didn't have 4 of either one of those remaining. So I had to buy some off of Amazon. And these ones were actually significantly cheaper. And in my opinion, they are just as good, and they have brakes on them. I think these were 30 bucks for all 4. They came with all the hardware you needed to mount them, and they've got brakes. So those are actually a better deal, and they roll around just as good as those casters over there with a full load of firewood on them. So we are all set here for the winter in our garage. This will get us through probably January-ish. This is almost 2 full cords. We burn, depending on the winter, somewhere between 3 and 4 cords of firewood. So I know people are gonna ask in the comments below, how come you didn't just get a pallet jack? Well, the first reason is because I've got about $180 in Castor wheels here, and a brand new pallet jack, you're looking at about 400 bucks. And even a used one, you're looking at $250 to $300, and you're not guaranteed that the hydraulics in that power jack are gonna be any good. So I just thought, for what I'm using it for, this was the cheaper route. And the other thing is, they're a lot more maneuverable on these Castor wheels. I mean, I can literally 0 turn these things around. Like I said, if I've got the opening facing the wrong way from how I want it, if I'm gonna load it in the pickup truck or something, I can just set it down on these Castor wheels and 0 turn it around, whereas a pallet jack, you might have to wheel it around in a bit more of a circle. So in here in the garage in a tighter space, the 4 swivel Castor wheels was the way to go. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this one, give me a big thumbs up, click that subscribe button, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.